Good evening, and once again, welcome to another um, TAF Leadership Academy lecture. I'm glad that all of you who's been following me these past weeks are getting connected, and I'm sure you're learning quite a lot from these lectures. On today's session, we will be talking about confidence. We'll be talking about confidence. And if I may recall, and you will recall too, we started with integrity. Then we spoke about commitment. Then we spoke about empowerment. We've also spoken about futuristic vision. And then we spoke about accountability. Then we spoke about decision making, and then empathy was the last one last week. And today we're here to talk about confidence. Obviously, you do know that a leader needs a lot of confidence. If you don't have confidence, you cannot lead. So we will talk about confidence as a key value for leadership. That if you are a leader, you need to be confident about yourself. And therefore, it is one of those key values of any leader. So I will just first start by saying that if you're connecting for the first time, please let us know where you're connecting from. It's always good to know your name, where you're connecting from. If you have questions or you have anything that you want to contribute towards this lecture, please let me know. It's always good to have a feedback from all of you wherever you are in the world. So at the end of at the very latter part of this lecture, I will just go through all of you, wherever you are connecting from, and then call out your name and where you are to complement your efforts in connecting and listening to this lecture. Share your experience too. Whatever you say probably can be useful to others who are connected. So as I mentioned, today we're here to talk about confidence. Confidence as a key value for leadership. And if I may, I want to start that if you are confident, most important, or one of the most important things that you need to do to be confident is your decision-making process. Because as a leader, remember that you take decisions. We delve into decision-making as a key value. But in order to be effectively confident in whatever you are doing, your decision-making process also needs to be done right. So confident leaders are decisive. You need to be decisive. If you're confident, you believe in something, you are decisive in any decision that you are taking. So that making, informed choices that reflect, your vision and your beliefs. You need to be very confident in doing this, and which instills trust in your team. So if you are a confident leader, you make informed choices. Once you make the informed choices, I mean that reflects your visions and your beliefs, and that really instills a lot of trust in your team. Because remember, you have a team that you are leading wherever you are, and obviously being confident really instills a lot of trust. Then the other thing is, as a confident leader, you need to be inspiring others. If you're confident, people will you'll be inspiring them. They'll feel inspired. So a confident leader, is always, your self-assurance, can inspire and motivate the team members, encouraging them to express their own ideas and also take risk. especially in the field of entrepreneurship. Entrepreneurship, for me, number one, is about taking risk. You need to take risk. But in order to take risk, you need to be confident. And this is done by, you, the leader, inspiring your team members. So this encourages them to express their own ideas. And look, I have an idea, and this is the way it should be done, and then they will now take the risk. So you are the leader at the top, and you are the one with your inspiration to make this happen. Then you also build trust as a leader, as if you're a confident leader. You build trust. So confidence fosters, trust amongst, your team members, as they are more likely to follow a leader who believes in their abilities and their visions. Because if you don't believe in it, then they're not confident in dealing with you. So if you are a confident leader, I mean, that's one thing you need to do. You need to develop trust. So confidence fosters trust amongst your team members, and then that will now lead them to believe in their abilities, and also in the vision that you carry. Because remember, for every team, you have a vision. You have a vision to deliver something, and therefore, you build that trust between yourself and your team members. Then the other thing is, as a confident leader, you also need to communicate, effectively. And that is important. When you communicate, I mean, I said it under communication, that look, when you communicate, it needs to be very effective. So confident leaders, articulate their thoughts clearly and assertively. You need to be very clear in the way you communicate, and also you need to be assertive, ensuring that your messages are heard and well understood. So you don't want to have very misunderstanding. You don't want your messages, to be understood, to be misunderstood. So therefore, you need to be able to effectively communicate with your team. Now, also as a leader, remember at times you come up with crisis. So therefore, crisis management is also important as a leader. And when there are crises, as a confident leader, you can maintain, your composure and provide direction, helping to stabilize the team and navigate challenges effectively. Because you are at the top and people are looking at you. So if you are confident when the times of crisis, you maintain composure. Your composure is well maintained, and then you provide direction, and that helps, stabilize the team and navigate challenges, effectively, because you're going to have challenges and you need to navigate around them. So as a confident leader, that's one thing that you need to demonstrate, that during crisis management, your value as a leader who can manage crisis, you can lead the team in these difficult times. Again, confidence is about encouraging innovation. So there must be innovation. So therefore, a confident leader allows you to embrace new ideas and innovation. So in that, you're promoting a culture of creativity and exploration, within the team. Again, your team members. So therefore, you encourage innovation. Don't say that, look, that's the way it is being done, and we are not going to move. I've done it for so many number of years. You hear that all the time. I've built experience around it. But innovation, moves the world. I mean, we've seen it now. I mean, especially in the world of technology, how innovation is driving the world. So therefore, you need to encourage this. You need to encourage innovation, and this allows you to embrace new ideas, and promoting a culture of creativity and exploration within your team. Resilience is another important value with it being confident. So a confident leader is more likely to bounce back from setbacks, because it happens. I mean, if you're not that confident, you cannot bounce back. And at times you need it as a leader. You need to bounce back. That, times are hard now. You have had setbacks, how do you bounce back? So you need to be resilient, and using failures as a learning opportunity, and also motivating, your team to do the same thing. So if you are confident, that's what happens. You need to be resilient. And if as a confident leader, you easily bounce back, from setbacks, because setbacks are bound to happen. So you bounce back, and these are the things that, your followers, will learn from you and take up these opportunities, whilst motivating them, to do the same. You need to also, as a confident leader, empower others. It's not only about yourself. That's what leadership is about. You need to always think about the team that you are leading, and therefore, you need to empower them. So leaders who exhibit confidence empower their team members by delegating responsibilities and encouraging autonomy, which fosters growth. This is very, very, very important. As a good leader, who's confident, that's one of the things that you need to have. You need to be able to empower others. So as you empower others, you exhibit confidence, and within your team, and you delegate also responsibilities. And as you delegate responsibilities, you encourage autonomy, which fosters a lot of growth. That's the way that you will grow. So I would encourage that as a leader who's very confident, you need to empower others. That's very, very important. So you also need to create, a positive environment. Some leaders are, well, so-called leaders are not positive. The environment is not positive. So people are not confident about what they do. The first thing you think about is something negative. That, you don't have that confidence to move. Some people just think about obstacles. That's what they do. You tell them to do something, the first thing they think about is the obstacle. So as a leader, you need to be so confident that you need to now be creating a positive environment. That the environment that you're working around is positive. So confidence contributes to a positive workplace atmosphere. So the atmosphere is very positive because you're confident, and people emulate you. Your followers, they emulate you. And this is where team members feel valued and supported in their efforts. So because they will make their own efforts, as team members, they have a role to play. So it's up to you to create that positive environment as a leader, and therefore that contributes to a positive workplace atmosphere. So when you have positivity, there is growth. I mean things happen. So I would advise that as a leader, you need to be creating that positive environment. Also, you need to be working by setting examples. A good leader who's confident, sets good examples. So confident leadership sets a powerful example for others, encouraging them to embody similar confidence in their roles and in their interactions. So always lead by example. That's a common saying, very, very common saying, that, I lead by example. So you follow, okay, that's what I am doing. It's not only something that I just tell you and that is it, I don't do it. No, you set examples. A confident leader sets examples. I can give you an example, which is a bit technical. Recently, we had some water that was seeping, through some of our glass doors with a driving rain. As the rain dries, obviously the water comes in and it seeps through the door. So what I did at first was to take some water and demonstrate to my team, because I was telling them that there's something missing, which is very technical. It's called weather bar. A weather bar always is on an external door. So it was missing there. So I practically had to be there. Although I'm the managing director, but I took from my woodwork days. As I told you, and some of you do know, that I was very passionate about woodwork. And I showed them how to do it. So I led by example. So they believed with me. Then from my woodwork days also, I did, technical drawing, my isometric drawing. So I took my pen and paper, and then they drew it out and showed them. You see, when you have a team who knows that their leader is confident and knows what he is doing, then they believe in you. Then they're ready to learn from you. The worst of things that can happen is when your team are more knowledgeable than you, or even they are more confident. So therefore, you lead by setting examples. When you set good examples, a very powerful one, so others will follow. So you encourage them to embody a similar confidence in their role and in their interactions, even when you are not there. So also you should be ready, a confident leader, is open to feedbacks. Some leaders don't want to take feedbacks. And some leaders don't even have listening skills. One of the things that some very close friends know about me is you have patience, you listen. I don't know whether I've said this in this program, but my strategy in my meetings is to listen. I mean, I obviously set the agenda, but I ask my team to come out first. And I've said over and over and over again. I try to open the floor by inviting those who are supposed to be weaker in any agenda that we're dealing with, and allow them to express themselves, and you listen to them. And you must be seen as, that when you take the feedback, if the feedbacks are positive, acknowledge them. Tell them, oh yes, this is the way I thought that it should be done, but you have come now with a better way of handling it. So feedback is necessary for a good leader. So confident leaders welcome and seek feedback, showing that they value others, showing them that the perspectives are committed to personal and professional growth. Because you don't know it all. I've said this again and again and again and again. You don't know it all. There are others within your team in certain areas, they know it better. And you must be able to take, feedbacks. And when they give you a feedback that is positive and it works, compliment them. I mean, recently, I have been involved a lot on my site in one of the projects here in the Gambia. And some days I walk in, and very true, and I totally believe in it, I'm committed in it. I call my staff and tell them, you've done an excellent job. You should be proud of yourself. I am impressed. You've done a good job. You know, eh, People who work under you are not only there for salary, they want to be valued. So a good leader who's open to feedback always compliment their staff, especially when they perform. When they do anything wrong, at times you can lose your cool, you can go bizarre, and it happens to me. You can go nuts. But you need to give them the feedback and acknowledge them. So always be open to feedback. That's what confident leaders do. Then, you should also be able to handle criticism. Some leaders cannot handle criticism. You criticize them, you are their enemy. But you need to be able to handle criticism that, look, you have gone wrong somewhere, and this is the way I think it should have gone. And leaders with confidence can handle criticism, constructively, using it to improve themselves and their organizations without becoming defensive. So I just want to give an example. Today, I mean, if you follow my post, and please go to my Facebook post. I mean, not only Facebook actually. I've posted today on Facebook, on LinkedIn, on LinkedIn, Facebook, and also Twitter. I posted, acknowledging the road that is being recently constructed. There's a 6-lane new road that connects from the airport in Banjul to Sting Corner. I mean, it's a long drive, and I decided to publicly compliment the government and everybody who's working in it, contractors, stakeholders, and even the Gambian people. Because for me, using it these days, I've just noticed that it has just made life better. Every time I land from the airport and I turn into this coastal road, it's not the coastal road, it's from the airport, Batting Harding Highway. I mean, the ease of drive, and I'm sure everybody in Gambia, will agree that there is a difference in this road. So I complimented them, wrote a long piece, took a picture of the place, and the advantages of having a road like this. But then, when I was driving to Banjul around GPMB, if you are Gambian and you know the area, I noticed that the Banjul Serekunda Highway, which is dualized and was built somewhat about close to 40 years ago. At one time, it was resurfaced, but there are potholes in some areas. So I called their attention. I mean, I publicly that, well done, you've done a new road, and this will contribute positively to everybody's life. But please look into these potholes, because the English saying says that stitching time saves 9. And I want to just compliment Mr. Gay. There's a Mr. Gay whose name on Facebook is Salawala. He commented and reposted my post and said that is tough writing or tough speaking, but be rest assured that your concern will be addressed. So these are the things. That's what you do as a leader. You handle a constructive criticism. Actually, for me, it was two ways. It was one, I wasn't criticizing, I was just complimenting the good efforts of building a road, but I was also calling their attention on something that they need to be aware before it gets worse. And yes, this gentleman, who I think is high up in the Ministry of Works, Salawala is his name on Facebook, but I think it's Mr. Gay. He came back and responded. It's a Sunday. And I'm sure probably tomorrow, if he goes to the office, he will now probably take this up, and probably they will send a team and save it. Otherwise, if anything happens to the Banjul Serekunda Highway, I mean, the effect of the Batting Harding Highway will be less. We need to have a smooth drive from the airport all the way to Banjul. So I just want to take this opportunity to thank him publicly for his response and taking up this positively. Now, again, a confident leader and is good on negotiation skills. If you are confident, you negotiate very well, because you want to get the best out of your negotiations. So confidence enhances a leader's ability to negotiate effectively, enabling them to advocate for their team and achieve favorable outcomes. It's only when you are confident that you can negotiate very well. Now, again, if you are confident also, you will be a visionary leader. Confident leaders articulate and pursue a clear vision for the future, helping their teams to understand their roles in achieving organizational goals. Yes, you will remember that futuristic vision is one of the core values. But again, if you are confident, that makes you also articulate and pursue your vision very, very clearly. Now, last but not the least that I want to talk about is long-term success. If you are confident, not only does it contribute to immediate success, but also fosters a culture of assurance and ambition that supports sustained organizational growth. Sustained, that's the word. It's not your growth need to be sustainable. So therefore, these are the points that I thought I would raise. I have about, I think, 8 minutes before the hour of 9 o'clock. And I will now go back to the comments and just compliment all of you who sent in your comments. And if you haven't, please do so and tell me where you are connecting from. If you have questions, go ahead, list them out, and I will just respond to the best of my ability. Now, the first comment was Venus on YouTube, and he says, hi from South Africa. Thank you very much. I'm glad that somebody is connected from South Africa. Mohamedou Lamin Kanaji says, connecting from Mainville in Ohio. Thank you very much, Mohamedou Lamin Kanaji. Thank you for taking time to connect. And then Buba Kaba Jaite says, we're learning, Uncle Taf. Thank you, Buba. Now, Demba K. Dabo says, good evening, mentor. Congratulations for your selfless service to the community. Your free lecture means a lot to those who are willingly want to learn. Thank to you too. Then Venus on YouTube comes back again and says, communication is tricky because people speak different languages based on their values. I've chosen to rather start with what someone values and work from there. Excellent. That's good, Venus. Keep it up. Now, Demba K. Dabo says communication is responsible for 85% failures in our institutional functions. Seriously. Well, that's a view. Well, it's open for debate. Let's hear what your views are. And that's what Demba K. Dabo says. And then Tanyu Jala says, hey, Dad, my name's Tanyu Jala from West Africa, oldest republic, that's Liberia. That I have a great interest in TAF Leadership Academy and I need your assistance to attend the. No, sorry, Tana, it is virtual, so you're attending it now. There's no physical attendance anymore. It's virtual and you are attending it. That's Tanu Jala from on Facebook. Then Michelle Darling Grant says, "Good evening, Uncle Taf. Keep it up. I'm watching. Thank you, Michelle Grant. Thank you so much." Ismaila Sise says, "Very interesting, Uncle. May God bless you." Thank you to you too. That's on Facebook. James Davis also on Facebook says, "Watching you from Philadelphia, USA." Thank you, James. And then on Facebook again, Patrick Dust is there, but he didn't comment anything. We have Peter Mutakwe. Hi, Peter Mutakwe from South Africa. We have people from South Africa who are connected. Patrick Dust also connected, but didn't say anything on Facebook. But Babukar Sow says, "Very interesting TAF." Thank you, Babukar. That's on Facebook. On Facebook again, Lawrence Jude, I hope it's Jude or Jude, watching from Owerri, Imo State, Nigeria. Thanks for this information. Great. Let's go now to F.A. Sharif on Facebook says, "Hello, Uncle Mustafa Njai. TAF, my name is Abraham Sharif from Minnesota. I would like to connect with you for different products and projects. Thanks for the excellent presentation." So yes, F.A. Sharif, please send an email to info@tafafricaglobal.com, and then whatever you want to present, somebody will pick it up. Now on YouTube, Lions of the Ring says, "How do you stay confident in situations where you may not have all the answers?" Well, you do your research. I mean, there's always an answer to any question or to any problem. So invest in yourself, try and do your research, learn, be able to learn, and you will develop confidence, improve yourself. Now, on Facebook again, Lali Bamane said, "I have bathroom fixtures for sale on wholesale price. Please contact Lali. You can contact the team that does this. This is mainly for lectures. We are not in business here." So, Lions of the Ring, what does confidence mean to you personally? Well, confidence means a lot to me, because if I'm not confident, I cannot be doing all these things that I am doing. Sitting here, speaking out to the public, and anybody can be listening to me, is because I am confident of what I know. Same thing at work. For me as a Gambian to move from the Gambia and do a project as big as what I'm doing in Nigeria, I am confident of my ability to deliver. That's why I succeed. Same thing applies in Sierra Leone. So if you're not confident, people will not listen to you, or you cannot perform. And then Ibrahim Mambo on Facebook says, "Recognition of team members is very important as far as leadership is concerned." Quite right. Luciana Philip is watching from St. Lucia, as he's a regular. And thank you, Luciana. Tell us next time what is special about St. Lucia and why I should come there. It'll be lovely to tour the islands one of these days. And then Lawrence Jude, "I would love to join your marketing team in Port Harcourt." Then send, please, Lawrence, an application there. On Facebook, Muhammadu Lamin Kanaji says, "Salawala, aka Suleiman Gay." Yeah, that's him. That's Suleiman Gay. That's the gentleman I said who reacted to my post today, which is very positive. And I pray that as Gambians, we take positive criticism, as something positive rather than, the other way. Lamin Jai said, "I saw the post about the road. You are definitely right. We appreciate your consideration, your work, and your concern for the development of our nation, the Gambia, and the entire West Africa." Well, thank you, Lamin. Yes, we have to. We have to be positive. I mean, there are problems all over the world. We have our differences as human beings, as Gambians, but we must live with our differences, for a positive outcome. And then Mola says, watching from Banjul. Thank you, Mola. Fadi Hosaimi, by this time I should have had dinner with him, but I forgot that I had his program. So, and he says, always on point. Thank you, Fadi. I can see that you're watching on YouTube. Now, good night, my uncle Sidi Tangara says so. Salawala, Suleiman, thank you very much. I read your comments and I'm very happy about you. I mean, this is positive criticism, and it's just, maybe some of you have not just been looking at this or whoever is responsible. But as I said in my post, a stitch in time saves nine. If you mobilize and go there now, I mean, most likely you will not use much of a feeling. But as it is raining now, the more it is left there, then it will just open up. But I am happy that you positively, receive this. And that's what we are here doing. And on a very light note, I tell people that the reason why I go on social media and comment and post these things, I am using my right as a senior citizen. As a senior citizen, you're supposed to be looking out positively for the generation that is after us. Suleiman Fanding Kinte says, thank you, Uncle Mustafa Njai. We appreciate your contribution. I have a question for you, Uncle, and it goes like this. Where did the name Dalaba come from? I asked this because I know every name you give to building designs and estate has a reason, because you train us and we know how you think and how you connect everything to history and men or women. So dare you. Suleiman, I mean, the reason why we call it Dalaba, the owners, the original owners, the Barry family came from Dalaba. And that was one of the things they requested from us, that, look, they want to tie this from where our dad came from. Their dad is late. So I gave them that honor of naming it after Dalaba. But anybody who knows Dalaba said that it was the right thing, because Dalaba is a nice place in Guinea. So that was the reason why we named it. So very quickly, time is up, but we'll move on because there are still comments there. Bokari Lahai says, thanks again for thinking. Mariama Kombe Lok says, thank you so much for your help. And then Bokari Lahai says, thanks again for thinking about Sierra Leone and doing the great investment you are doing in that country. Sierra Leone is my home these days. I mean, I love Sierra Leone and its great features. And I would want to encourage anybody who's Sierra Leonean and living outside, think about home. That continues to be built up. There are a lot of opportunities there. I love Sierra Leone. Mariama Kombe Locke says she's connected from UK. Thank you, Mariama. Sidi Tangara says, Uncle Taf, thanks. Salawala Suleiman says, great program, Taf. Keep it up. Thank you to you too. And Suleiman, I enjoy your humor in your posts. You are a man of great sense of humor. Thank you. And then Fadi again is on Facebook and says, always on point. Pamodi Job Kase, we are learning Goro. Mashallah, yes, the Kase are my Goros. They're my wife's cousin. So actually, I took their wife. It was their rightful wife, but I took them away from them. Ibrahim Ambo, greetings, Uncle Taf. You are indeed doing a great work. Keep inspiring us. Thank you so much. Pierre Adriano Nesta Jr., inspiring, watching from Liverpool, England. Munir Stars Real Estates. I am a real estate agent in Ghana. My vision to build cities in Ghana and other African countries like you do, Mustafa Njai Taf. What advice will you give me as an SME who have no available finance to make my goal come to pass? We'll try a session now probably on mentoring people in the real estate business. But today we are focusing on confidence as a leader. Yes, Bokari Lahai says, staff is blessing to Africa. I am humbled. I am just trying to do what I think I'm obliged to do. Jainaba said, I'm a Gambian Uncle Taf, a graduate. I need a job, please. Well, send in your application. I am not here to offer jobs for now. I am on this. It is not a job application. And then Sonko Usman says, I always proud of you, Uncle. Thank you too. Maria Makombe Locke says, thanks very much for what you are doing in my country, Sierra Leone. Thank you. Again, she says, I am a real estate licensed agent from Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. I always. Thank you. Lawrence Juice says, yes. Sonko Usman says, Africa is proud of you. And then Bakri says, Taf, you should visit. Very beautiful and picturesque island in the Caribbean. You can build a vacation home here. Well, I will visit. I will visit. I really, that's one my bucket list. I want to visit the Caribbean, jumping from one island to the other. And then says, I always follow your page. It's the same, Bokari Lahai. Christiana Bondu Musa, if someone buys a house from you in Sierra Leone, close it come with the land title. Yes, it does. We give you the title. We have a master lease and we give you title. You don't have any problem with the title. Then Major Lee Hills, watching from London, UK. I am very impressed about you and your efforts. You are an inspiration to your community. Thank you so much. Munir Stars Real Estate. I am the process of buying bulk land in Ghana. I have attorneys to help with due diligence, but I don't have down payment. But that's not for this. Luciana Philip, senior citizen. You are very young. Well, thanks for the compliment, but my age is 67, so I am a senior citizen. Ibrahim Ambo, confidence is the ability to believe in yourself when others didn't. Self-confidence is the only way out to make it to you. Thanks, Uncle Taf. Keba Fadera says, hello, my boss. Then Trek Dexter says, great job. Sonko Usman, Africa is proud of you. Munir again, I'm a Muslim like you. I want you to mentor me. I am from Ghana. Well, just keep connecting to these lectures. You'll be mentored. Good evening, Uncle. Thank you very much for what you're doing in Sierra Leone. And then I have just finished a building 25. Well, you please go to the Sierra Leone office. Trek Desta says, you're such a wonderful human being. Thank you. Ido Razak says, great job, boss. And then your Musu M. Jabang says, you are truly inspirational. Sergio Keta says, greetings from Seattle, Koto. Thanks so much, guys. Let me quickly now go over. I've now actually gone over by 6 minutes. Quickly on TikTok, to give a shout out very quickly. Let me see whether there are questions there. Quite a number of you are connected. The greetings from TAF City. Great. Somebody's connected from TAF City here. That's lovely. Pa Idris Sanjay from Germany. Thank you. Glad you are doing this. Then from Paris, France, I would like to so on Baki Estate with more details about it. Yes, it will happen. We'll notify you. And then Aisatu Seka says, that's true. Thank you for your honesty. That's D. Brown. Rasta Queen says, I love and trust you, Mr. Njai. You are a good Gambian. Thank you. And then she says, I am really proud of you as a Gambian. That's Rasta. We need such people. Thank you. Rasta again comes says, who loves his own country? And he's from Germany, somebody from Germany. Sira says, Mr. Njai, what can you do to help the young citizens of the Gambia to get a house? Well, that's for another day. Blessing, stay blessed always. And then says, Official T says, thank you, Mr. Njai. Lucretiana says, what course should I take to be a real estate? Well, there are real estate courses. You can go online and check. Somebody says, greetings, sir. And then Casey Chapless, yeah, says, you are an inspiration. And then Rasta Queen again, quite a lot of compliments. You're welcome, Uncle. We need people like you. Thank you. Stay blessed. Proud Gambian. Hello. Yes, you are a good son of the Gambia. Quite a number of compliments really coming up. No question that I've seen on TikTok that I need to respond back. I have 100K in. I am poor with a family. I want a land. So always on point. Somebody says, so I'm in the Gambia. I need job. Hello, Uncle. You are doing a great job for the Gambia. Hi, guys. Tap your screens to increase the number of likes. Yes, go ahead. It will push the live to reach more people. Yes, please do. Thank you. My role model, somebody says so. And then, hi, Uncle Njai, you cool. I really need a job. Hello, sir. We need you to build a world standard estate in Edo State. And then somebody says, somebody says you are 10 minutes up. Wow. Because I just wanted to compliment these guys quickly, because people are still connected. We have 35 connected, on the streamline, and then on the other handles, and then TikTok says, can you please share some sort of motivation for young people? That's what I'm doing now. Okay, guys. So look, I've gone over by 10 minutes. So, but because I just wanted to just, a shout out to all of you. So thank you very much for connecting. And next week I'll be coming back to talk about good communication. Today was on confidence, and I hope you've learned a lot. So until I come your way again, we've been on for about 40 minutes, actually, 40 minutes, 10 minutes more. So thank you very much. Keep connected, send in your questions, but otherwise, follow all my social media handles, and then you will learn a lot. Thank you very much. So I will just end the stream now, and I really appreciate you connecting.